What's up guys, Alpha Predator King Bradley here and welcome to my World Championship recordings. In this episode we'll examine the round 3 against Blue Phoenix Emigor, which is very good player in my opinion. And as you can see I played Baduro and Aramia against his two control decks, his Zhanna and his Lens. So let's jump to the first match. So when I tried to play Baduro and I saw his Zhanna deck, I started to cry because Baduro has a very bad matchup against Zhanna. But my Baduro is pretty much a strange version. It is a full resource destruction Baduro, so it kind of relies on destroying your possibility to build up your hand while destroying your resources and killing your allies with a weapon. But Zhanna is a very bad matchup because she has cheap draw engine, plus courage costs only 2, so she can drop at the second turn at all, and Devoted Knight, which becomes actually a resource, so neutralizes my resource destruction plan. So I try to play her Here's Me Monster, but it doesn't really hurt her too bad because the Devoted Knight deals me damage, so I have to kill them with the weapon. She also drew 2 Devoted Knight, which is kinda good at this point, and when I saw this situation, in my opinion, for me it was pretty much GG at this point. So even though the game is pretty much not over at all, I kinda figured out that as 60 cards Zhanna is pretty much a control Zhanna, which is really good against me. So at this point, killing his 2 Devoted Knights means that the next turn, sacking a card will have 6 resources. So it's pretty much good against me. So while keeping destroying her resources, she will always stick to 6, which is very strong against me. So it finishes, but I have no weapon at all. I try to destroy her resources, pack an extra to draw, and attack. Well, in my opinion, I made a very risky move to play Baduro in World Championship, but I think that plenty of decks suffer from Baduro, especially the resource destruction, which is pretty good against some matches. For example, Moonstalker and Elementals in general, which are really threatening for me at all. For example, Zaldar is pretty much struggles dealing with this kind of Baduro. Also Elementalis, but I didn't see many Elementalis in this World Championship. So they are pretty much Zhanna and Rogues. Priests, Rogues, Elementals, only Zaldar at the moment. And Hunters like Victor. So what I'm trying to do is just to kill his Broxner with a weapon. Kinda suffering from this move, but I have actually no choice. So you will see that at this point the match will close up very soon for her, because he draws a lot of Focused Prayer. If I remember well, she draws 3 Focused Prayer in this match, maybe. But it's okay, she has the Geras Kalish, so you can filter her cards pretty much good. So a card that I didn't expect was the Priest of the Light, which kinda stops my hero power. So item destruction, Priest of the Light to deny Shadow Energy recoverings is pretty much strong against me at this point. So I try to draw as much as possible, but at this point I have nothing else to do. What she has to do is just drop Fatties and kill me. So I try a desperate move, destroying the Priest of the Light and gaining some board, which is not very much board presence because this is 1-6, this is 1-3, so not pressuring much his Fatties. So she plays the Vision Staff, draw, and the Priest of the Light, which kind of destroys another time my plans to play a weapon. Also the Vision Staff destroys my plans because I'm kinda against control decks. I'm kinda relying on denying the resources, and then turn 5 play Night Prowler with a double attack and try to steal important cards while your opponent is screwing in cards because I destroyed the resources and denied their draw engines with maybe coming to play with more than 2 mana, like the Vincent Staff coming to play with 4, and maybe you don't manage to get to 4 against a 4 resource destruction. So okay, she drops the Nathanias and the Spirit Warden, but at this point it's pretty much over for me. I played the Night Prowler because the second one because I was just blacking out at this point. I was pretty much frustrated for the matchup. So the first match pretty much, if I remember well, closes here because he drops the King's Pride. He has a solid board presence, and I kinda have no way to recover at this point, even if I drop a weapon. A strong weapon like the Emigor crossbow. Nathanias is a 7/9, so it's pretty much too big for me. And at this point it's a GG. So a very interesting match, because I didn't expect a Zhanna from him. Big error in my opinion. And I didn't expect a Zhanna with 60 cards destroying me so bad. Because, you know, with 60 cards maybe you don't draw your drawing genes, or maybe you don't manage to get the item destruction, because 60 cards are very much, and maybe you want to filter your deck, to trim your deck to 40-45 cards to deal pretty well with your matchups, especially the bad ones. But this was a good matchup, so I didn't expect to win at all. The second matchup is pretty much interesting, in my opinion, more than the second one, because at some point I had the lead. So she's starting. So I can play my shadow ability one turn earlier, so I don't drop the trap. She plays the Devoted Knight another time. Pretty much frustrating for me to see Devoted Knight. So I just go for the resource destruction plan, because I see she doesn't have the Glass Cage of Knowing. Okay, she drops the Priest of the Light, which denies my hero power, but not a problem at this moment, because I just drop a Cobra-Skin Wasp, destroyed her resources, and she's getting pretty much low in card in hand, and those 2 drops doesn't really much against him, because I can drop a weapon with a double attack and just kill him. But when I see the second Devoted Knight, I really screw up, because out of 60 cards, double Devoted Knight against this matchup is pretty good in my opinion, without any draw engine at all. So what I'm trying to do is just to destroy his critters, dropping the Grounders double, and she get her resources, because I can't kill 3 critters, I only have 1. The Groundless double. What she will do is focus the prayer and attack me for face. So at this point I thought I had air, because I just could drop a 5cc weapon, the Soul Seeker, kill the Devoted Knight, and then the following turn play a Night Prowler to steal her cards and screw her up completely. But because of the fact that Devoted Knight go into resources, this kind of denied my plan to kill her. So she has the Glass Cage of Knowing, which gives her a lot of advantage in my opinion. Did not expect to draw her a Glass Cage out of those cards, out of 60 cards. Maybe happens So what I'm trying to do is Night Prowler and try to steal her cards. So first she draw, and then I steal one card from his hand. So my plan for the following turns is, if she doesn't have a haste ally, I just continue to draw a card from my hand and kill with her resources. But at this point, with the Glass Calyx of Knowing, the chances that she drops a haste ally to kill both of my weapon and my armor are high. So I expected a Visca at this point. When I saw the Glass Calyx of Knowing, maybe without the Glass Calyx of Knowing, at this point I could win this match. But the resource destruction plan at this point is not much good. So what she has to do is just continue drawing and put fatties on the board so I can deal with them and kill me like the first match at this point. Which is pretty much what she does at this point. With the Glass Calyx of Knowing, she filters out cards and play fatties. And goes for face. She doesn't want to kill the Snowland Spotter because doesn't have enough power to do this turn. So what I try to do is to kill the Visca, which is threatening for me. And because I can draw when I kill the Hunter's Gambit. So what I do is not attack the Braxtonorian, just use the weapon against the Visca. Because with the Emor Crossbow ability I can save one durability and then drop the pack an extra. So what I'm trying to do is to recover from the ashes, but it's not very easy for me because with the Glass Calyx of Knowing she can just filter her cards and drop another Focused Prayer if I remember well, which can deals very well with my weapons. And because of the fact that I don't have any shadow energy, this game pretty much over. I have nothing to deal with these creators at this point. So the next turn, ideally he can put a Nathanias or a King's Pride and the match is pretty much over for me. So I just try to drop cards from my hand, but at this point there's not much more I can do. I was just trying to deny his possible Nathanias. So here she goes, she draw. So he doesn't use the she doesn't use the power of the Fleet-footed messenger at this point because she has Visca, 3 drop ally. At this point the match is pretty much over. She has lethal. Well, not lethal with this hand, but with just a King's Pride or another haste ally, it's pretty much over for me. 3, 6, 7. I'm going to 1 and then die from something else. Oh, the Vision Staff. So pretty much frustrating matchup for me at this point, but I don't want a spoiler. Okay, you already seeing the spoiler of what is going to end up this match. So this is enough for this episode. Be sure to watch the next video, which is kind of more interesting from this, and see you next time.